everybody. Welcome back to Berlin. I've been away for a long time, it seems. We've been on a trip to Asia. We just got back last night. And I'm really, really happy and proud to welcome our guest. It's Ladies' Month in November, as you know. Our first lady of the month is Tine Thing Helseth. Welcome to the Horn Hangouts. We're so excited to have you here.
Thank you. I'm very excited to be here.
And you came extra all the way to Berlin so that we could hang out live and not on a webcam.
Definitely, and then I had a good excuse to have a weekend in Berlin. So
that's fine. How do you manage to look so glamorous after having got up at 4:15 in the morning?
Well, thank you for that compliment. I don't know if I look glamorous, but we try our best.
One tries one's best. It's great to have you here. Last time you were in Berlin, you were with a really nice open-shouldered dress at the Echo Classic Awards, where you won Best Newcomer. You wouldn't be wearing a summer dress out here today, would you?
It's a bit grey, but
it's freezing.
It's a bit freezing, but it's even colder in Norway, so I'm fine. Yeah.
Okay, that was a huge honour actually to win that award.
Definitely, it was so great to be there and at the award ceremony, and it was just surreal. Standing next to Dalil Barenboim in the lift, and it's just like surreal. So many great artists, and I met so many amazing people. So it was a huge honor to be there.
I saw some nice party photos of you partying with some of my illustrious colleagues. It looked like you guys had a really nice time.
Yeah, we did.
Well, Tina, I would not believe there are so many questions that have come in here on the chat today. It's really quite outrageous from all over the place. Thank you so much, everybody, for writing in. I'm hopefully going to get to as many of them as I can. I, of course, have some questions for Tina as well, because I've been dying to hang out with her for quite a long time. We actually only met once very briefly. It feels like I've known you for ages, but we met in Oslo at the academy, just like in the hall for the first time.
Yeah, for a couple of minutes almost. Yeah.
But you have so much online presence. It's like I feel I know you already, and your fans feel like you're there, Tina. Is it quite tiring for you to keep? You're so great at social media. You're blogging, you're Facebooking, you're tweeting, everything. You really put yourself out there, and it's a great thing. You've got 20,000 Facebook friends. How do you keep up with it all?
I'm amazed. First of all, I'm just so happy that people, that they're interested in what I'm doing, and it's
the chat's
great.
Going crazy.
I'm amazed. Thank you so much. It's just so great. No, I think it's fun. I wouldn't do it if it was too much of a hassle or for something. It feels very normal to me to do it, and I like to. I live this very strange life.
Why do you call it strange life?
Yeah, well, it's just like it's on the road all the time. It's traveling. I'm also alone. I experience. I'm lucky to get to experience many places of the world, and I just want to share a bit of this lifestyle, because normally people, they see you when you go on stage, that's when they see you when you play. But then it's all these things going on backstage, and
that's what people seem the most interested in.
Yeah, and that's what I remember as a kid, and that's actually what I am. Well, if I think about other professions, that's what I'm sometimes most interested in. What's going on behind the scenes, get to know the personality or something of this. So yeah, a little bit. I like to share a little bit of.
Do you think it's something that classical music really needs these days? Is this sort of little view into their favorite star's life?
Well, I don't know. I've also taken kind of quite a stand that it's like I show a lot, but I'm still. I still have a private limit kind of thing on what I do. But
tell me about it.
But it's like
Yeah.
But then it's like, I don't know. I think it's up to every single artist. If it feels natural for you, and then if you do it. You're great at it too.
That's why you tell me about it.
Yeah, but I like when we're in Asia, and I can see like small, photos coming up and like following you on tour. I love that. So I don't know, if it feels natural for an artist to do it, then do it. And if it doesn't, then we don't have to. But I think it's fun, and I like to have those small, that they can ask questions or comment back, and like it's. Yeah, this
interaction.
Like this interaction.
I think it's important these days. Obviously the most important thing to us is the music, but the fact that we can share that online as well, and also a little bit of how we are as people. I think it's great what you do, and how you put it out there. You don't only play great, but you're a great social media person as well. So you're perfect for our Horn Hangout. And gosh, look at all these questions. Let's just, first of all, just do a tiny little bit of Tine Thing Helseth's background, because actually, guys, you see this? That is Tina and her mother. Tina playing, I don't know if...
And all the mess in my room.
The mess. Yeah. Tell us in a few words. Most people can Google this stuff. I don't usually like to ask what you can Google, but tell us exactly how you got started and what sort of an influence your mum was.
Yeah, well, this is actually before I even started for real, because my mum, well, she plays the trumpet as a hobby, and I think I heard it, while I was still in her, what do you say, inside,
in her tummy.
In her tummy.
Yeah.
And so it's just always been a presence in my life, the trumpet playing. And then I started to play for real when I was 7 with a friend of my mum. That plays trumpet in the opera orchestra in Norway, Heidi Johansen. So I was really lucky to have a very good teacher from the start. And I had her until I was 14, and then I started with the teacher I have now. But I mean, I should also say, in Norway we have a very strong wind band and brass band tradition. So a lot of my friends played in the school band, and I started there as well. And I don't know.
So you started as a sort of collective trumpet player. So you started from a band and moved into this soloist world.
Yeah, or actually I started to play a bit before I started in the band, and I also I did start to play the piano when I was 5. I don't know how it is around the world or in Germany, but and also it's like we have this school that you can, but your parents, they have to sign you up before you're born, even to make you to kind of this. The government has this kind of local school that you can go into. So I started to play the piano, but I don't know. Then I started to play the trumpet. It was much more fun.
Yeah, it's much.
Sorry. I wish that I had, continued to play the piano, because then
everybody says that.
It's so useful.
Everybody says that. If you're out there and you're playing the piano, practice it, because I wish I could. Yeah, continue to play it. I wish that I'd carried on playing, because anyway.
Yeah.
So you played the trumpet. You played in really early on. Your mum inspired you to do that. You played in your wind bands. You pretty quickly were a soloist. I read about you standing age 10 in front of an orchestra or a band the first time.
Yeah. No, I don't know. It was just, well, in Norway we have this great trumpeter Ole Edvard Antonsen, which I'm sure you all know, and he's actually a friend of my mum. So I kind of knew about him and had seen him. Of course, that was an inspiration in that sense, that I knew that it was possible. So that I saw that he existed and traveled around the world playing the trumpet. I thought, I want to do that. And then it's very, it's very strange for me to think back, because it feels like this was just what I was supposed to do. And then I've just been very lucky, and I'm actually able to do it, kind of. It's just happened in a way. I don't know.
Somebody already asked a question, my friend Kendall Gray. Hi Kendall, how you doing? He wanted to know, actually, how did you make the jump from a good young player to soloist, because actually officially on paper you're still a student.
I am. I don't have any.
Actually, not on paper. There are no papers.
There's no papers. I'm missing some exams for my everything, basically, bachelor and masters and everything. One day I'll have my diploma. Well, it's a very it's a hard question. I don't know when that kind of happened. It just happened.
Is it true that your record company discovered you playing a recital here in Berlin?
Well, actually, kind of, yes. I mean, this was was when EMI, that's now Warner. So I had kind of before that released 2 CDs in Norway on a Norwegian label called C-Max. So my Haydn and Hummel disc, and also a Christmas album. And then I don't know where they kind of discovered me, but they came to Berlin. I played just out there, actually, in the building over there. In the bibliothèque. Yes, I played there.
The library, the state library.
Yeah, I did the recital.
Well, it's gold as well. It's almost the Philharmonic.
Yeah, it looked kind of the same. And that's where we kind of talked about repertoire, and that's where we decided what the repertoire for my first album, Storyteller, with them would be. Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's great to be discovered at such a young age. There's this people sort of are talking about the blonde trumpet revolution, because there's Alison Balsam out there as well, and then you come along, and they're really sort of glamming it up, the image of a trumpet player. And I know you're asked this everywhere about being a girl soloist and feeling any sort of stereotype pressure that you have to break down this barrier of trumpet being a man's instrument. But I guess with you and Alison out there, there's no way it's a man's instrument anymore. And you said in one of your interviews that you just grew up thinking it's totally normal.
Yeah.
Until you left and you went out to Europe and you realized, oh, it's not so many girls out there.
You know, it's true. I mean, in Norway it's normal, it's common. I mean, it wasn't strange for me at all. I mean, my mom then plays and my first teacher was a woman, and so for me it was just the most natural thing, and I didn't really think about it as strange until I was a bit older and travelled around, and especially then when I did Eurovision Young Musician, which when I was 18, which I could kind of call my international breakthrough.
I didn't see it. Is that on YouTube? I didn't see that.
I don't think it's on YouTube. It was.
I'd like to see that.
I played that. It was one of the most amazing experiences ever. Played the first movement of Haydn with the Wiener Symphoniker at the Rathausplatz, you know, the outside of the city hall, 50,000 people or whatever, and then just it was. Of course, it was a competition, so I was incredibly nervous beforehand. But then, what I was so happy about was that I kind of managed when I came out on stage to just enjoy it. I remember during the cadenza, and it was a tram, you know, going by, because you see the kind of theatre in front of you, and then I was just thinking, because it was so quiet, and you know, when I played the cadenza, it's only me and not the orchestra anymore, and then I was just thinking, here I am standing playing, you know, and it's just all these thousands of people being quiet, and now it was just one of the greatest, you know, kicks.
You get nervous? That's because that's already a question. Someone's already asked that.
Definitely.
I will be getting to your questions, I promise. There's so many coming in. I think we're just after our little chat. We're going to have a 10-minute slot. I'm just going to fire questions at Tine because I can see so many good ones. But always, one of my Hangout friends will always ask, do you get nervous and how do you combat the nerves?
Of course I get nervous, and sometimes incredibly nervous. But I'm trying to kind of just focus on the fact that I know this, and I know the nerves are. Well, it's such a negative word. It should be positive, actually, because we need them. Because if we're not nervous, then we will not be able to have that kind of peak performance.
That's right.
Or
it's
that,
the adrenaline.
Yeah, the adrenaline, and you get in the focus. I get in, really focused, and I'm in my little bubble, and I'm normally quite chatty, but I'm not before I'm playing. You know, it's just one word answers, like yes, no.
That's good to know. Next time I see you before a concert.
Well, if I do that, then I'm quite nervous.
Yeah.
But I'm focusing on the positive parts. You know, that I know this. I know the music I'm going in to play. I know the situation, and what a wonderful thing that all these people have come to listen to me, and you know, all the other musicians I'm playing with, and they don't want me any harm.
No,
hopefully not. And it's just such a nice thing. They come here to listen to music, to enjoy themselves, and to just have a good time. And
it's a good philosophy. Think positively. We had a hangout about stage fright, and that was one of the tips of really turning it into something positive.
Because it is one of the most amazing things that can never be explained. Actually, the feeling of standing and playing. Well, there's several kind of things in it, playing with the orchestra or the musicians you're playing with, that kind of interaction, and that unique kind of conversations or you know, things that we have without saying anything, or just the communication we have, and then also with the audience. I mean, the audience is everything in a performance. If they weren't there, then everything's different.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
You love doing it, I can tell. I'm just so amazed. I had breakfast with you this morning on YouTube. I was awake at 2 o'clock already. See, we just got back from Asia, so it was a very. I don't know. Well, it's okay. I hope some friends of mine are watching in Japan. I know a few friends of mine said that they would be. So, so I had you on at breakfast, and one of the first things I heard you do on YouTube was one of these Christmas things you did with a band. You start off with these really low, slow lines, and I'm like, God, Tine, you're amazing, because you were just so cool in a TV studio. I mean, it's just
yeah. Well, I don't know.
chapeau.
I don't know. I just do.
You just do it.
Do something. Well, but you know, of course we know all these things there. But I've also seen. I mean, just to make that clear, I can see on the videos that it all looks very comfortable and stuff, but it doesn't feel that way always.
That's the trick. That is the secret to a true
There's
professional.
a lot of things going on in here, and feel, you know, it doesn't always look as easy as it doesn't feel as easy as it looks.
That's part of being a professional.
Yeah.
Sometimes you feel absolute rubbish, but sometimes when I feel absolute rubbish, that's when I play best. It's
Yeah.
good. You really can't. Sometimes I come in really prepared, and it's a total disaster. It's strange. There's
a lot of things up here, I think, the way you're just like, okay, then what the, I'm just going to do my thing.
My mother's watching.
Yeah, I will not do that.
Okay, so we really didn't talk too much about all your background, but you can Google you can look on your Facebook, you can tweet, you can look on your tweets. So all that stuff is out there. So we want actually the stuff you can't Google.
Yeah.
For example, Sylvester, who I think is in Singapore, Sylvester, I think your question was the first one in the chat, said if you had a second chance to play another instrument, what would it be? Good question.
It's a very good question. I would probably
Would you maybe not play anything?
Maybe be a footballer. No, I'll probably be a singer actually.
A singer. Footballer. Okay, Tina would be a singer. But actually, to get back to the real things, actually Tina is a footballer at heart. Is that true?
Yeah, well, I don't know. I played football for many years. I come from a place in Oslo called Horn Hangouts, which is like the place for football in Oslo. And so I kind of had to, and I loved it. I actually absolutely loved it. I don't know if I was any good, but I really just try my best and stuff. But then it got serious and too many practices, and I couldn't combine it with playing. But I'm really happy that I did
Who's your
it.
favourite footballer?
Well,
see, that's something we can't Google.
Yeah, that's something
you will be able
Google.
to from today.
Yeah.
Who's your favourite footballer?
Who's my favourite footballer? Well, it's hard, but a lot of people say this, but I do actually, I really like Messi.
I knew you were going to say that.
Yeah,
I don't know how. I just knew
sorry. He just seems like such a nice guy too.
Yeah. And how are Norway doing at the moment?
Well, they're not very good, to be honest.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
Oh, sorry, Norway. Okay, let's change the subject. I think we will really now take a few questions.
Well, the girls' team is really
the girls' team, the Norwegian
girls' team is really good. Sorry, yeah.
No, it's okay.
Yeah, no,
Norway,
yeah.
Norway does all the things that in every other country the boys do. Norway is really good at football. Norway has this amazing brass ensemble called Tine Thing, which Tina runs, and she plays with 9 other girls. We'll get onto that a little bit later. So Norway's actually a Scandinavian general. It's really good for the girls. I'm impressed. So, Jonathan Lasman asks, what is the most important quality that one needs in order to become a professional musician?
Wow.
These are really...
Yes, really good questions.
The Horn Hangout audience is really, really in there.
I would say that actually that you need talent, but it's not for necessarily just for playing.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you need to have, well, actually, to be honest, you need to have a voice.
Mm-hmm.
You need to have something to say.
You have to a voice, but also be able to sing.
Yeah, you have to be able to kind of tell people something. I'm talking a lot about this, telling stories and stuff. But you have to kind of, you have to have not only be able to play everything, nice and technically perfect, whatever.
That's expected these days.
Yeah, it is. But you need to be able to kind of put yourself. You forget about the instrument and just express yourself in my voice, and I think that's. But also you need talent for all the other stuff that is nothing. Well, it has everything to do with the music, but it's like for practicing and focusing and all these things that are also very important.
What I mean with that's expected, it's a silly thing to say.
Yeah.
Of course, it's expected that you're good, but there are so many good players out there. There
Amazing.
are just not so many. Really, the players that go that tiny little bit of extra and get out there and do what you do and turn into world famous soloists and those are the ones I think with the voice, like you say. So that's a really important quality.
And that's something that I think, well, personally for me, I work on that all the time, and that's what I love about playing, trying to express me and my voice and get beyond the instrument, and just really, really try and develop that the whole time. That's a journey that will never end,
There's some really great things on the chat. You're going to love this. Even if I don't get to your question on the chat, Tina will get a copy of the chat, so she will see all of your questions, and afterwards on this she'll stay on for a few more minutes and help. So there's some great things going on here. I'll ask the serious ones first. Singe, is that how you pronounce it? Singe.
Sing,
like that? Sing. Yeah. She says, if you could settle down to one orchestra, which would it be and why? I guess you have to say Oslo Philharmonic.
Playing an orchestra?
Yeah. Berlin Philharmonic.
The Berlin Philharmonic, of course. No, why not? No, I don't know. Well, I haven't really thought about. I like being a soloist for now, so we'll see.
Okay.
But I mean,
Okay.
It's a Berlin cold then.
I'll see what I can do. A good question, just because I just got back on tour and this really sucks having to keep on in shape on the road. Chris X in the Netherlands says, do you have specific routines to cope with the rigors of international traveling? Check her Facebook page. There's a great photo of all her trumpets on the bed.
Well, I don't think there are any kind of way of, I just do, I just have to be able to practice, and then it's not always how much I practice, it's how I practice, and sometimes it's all in your head and how you kind of feel, because sometimes you travel for like almost 24 hours and then you haven't played for 24 hours and your head is like completely, and it really affects how you feel. But if you just try to not think too much about it and just,
and what about routines? You stick your practice meet in?
I try not to.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember in the beginning when I started to travel when I was like 18, I was so afraid of playing in hotel rooms. I was like, I'm probably disturbing everyone and I need a room, and I was like, but now I just don't care anymore. So sorry for those of you who stay next to me in hotels. I just play, and normally no one complains. Of course, I don't do it in like 10 or 11 in the evening. I try to do it in reasonable hours, in the middle of the day when people are away. But sometimes I just have to, and I mean, it's not. I don't do it for ages. I don't practice that much actually. I mean, so it's
Okay.
But I mean, trumpet warm up is not nice to listen to.
No, I had a room next to Gabor on the tour, and his trumpet warm up's pretty impressive, but it does go on for a long time.
I hate listening to it, so yeah.
Actually, buzzing and stuff like that. I saw an interview with you on the red carpet here for the Echoes, and Tina's like, the interviewer even suggested you buzz something. It's just a very incredible question to ask, but I thought, okay, I was going to find out if that's really true. You can't buzz.
I can't buzz. I know. I can't.
How on earth do you play the trumpet then?
I can buzz, but that's not how I do when I play.
Okay, show me.
I just do this, and it comes.
So you're not a big warmer-upper of buzzing.
I'm not the buzzer. I do the mouthpiece a lot.
And you know what? This comes on to our standard Horn Hangout question from Wesley. What mouthpiece do you use?
I use one Bach 1 1/4 C. For all my instruments except piccolo, then I use the 7D.
Okay. That means nothing to me whatsoever, but that's fine, thank you. We have, there was another thing, someone who wanted to know, I think it was Sylvester again, wanted to know if you're going to be playing the Baroque trumpet before long.
Well, actually, yes, I am. I've just started. I've played it like once or twice. But I'm going to do some projects in 2015, which I'm really excited about, which is why I kind of decided to do it, because there are so many great Baroque trumpet players out there. I mean, both those who do that mostly, and also, like Alison and stuff that really do this.
Yeah, she was here
well.
She was here in the film.
Yeah, she does it so well. So it's like, if I want to do it, then I want to do it well too. So I really have to, practice it and prepare. But it's a really, really nice project. So I'm looking forward to 2015.
Great.
So yes, I am.
Great. There's some really illustrious people watching this hangout.
Okay.
Stephen Mead has said hi,
and
he's watching. Hi, Steve. And
That's
Steve wants to do a euphonium chat in the new year. You are on. You are booked. That's great. And Freudis is watching.
Oh, hi, Freudis. That's really nice.
Freudis is watching, and Freudis wants to know what you are knitting at the moment.
Oh. Well, actually, I'm not
Stefan,
knitting.
can you show this?
I'm actually, I did knit in the beginning. I started this on a tenting tour when we were living together on the bus for 2 weeks.
10 girls on a bus.
Everyone started knitting. It wasn't really... we played classes every night.
We were talking about stereotypes of men playing the trumpet. Women knitting on a bus. Now, come on, how more stereotype?
Yeah, I'm so sorry about that. I just got like an epidemic of knitting. Okay. But then a good friend of mine, Ragnhild, horn player in the
Ragnhild is watching too.
Yes,
hello Ragnhild.
It's all because of her that I started crocheting. So the first thing I did was this. Can you see this?
Oh, he's so cute.
It's all because of Ragnhild. She's great. So, and then I started crocheting.
That's very clever.
My little penguin, yeah.
You made that?
I made that.
So is this going to be
But
a bed sheet form or what?
Or maybe that. It was supposed. I started this morning on the flight. It was supposed to be one of those oven gloves thing, but it's it's too small.
It could be a scarf for me for Christmas.
Yeah, so maybe a bedding. Maybe I'll make a full. I don't know.
Well, Freudius, now you know.
I'm crocheting.
This is what Tina's doing. This is the sort of stuff you don't get when you Google. That's what I love about the Horn Hangouts. Okay, so they're all watching. That's great. And you have, I just saw someone, Elin says hi from Oslo. Love watching you. Elin?
Is it Elin?
Elin, like...
is it Elin from Tine Thing?
Yes, Elin from Tine Thing.
Hi, from Tine Thing, yeah. I think a lot of the girls from Tine Thing are watching.
They
Lena,
are.
hi.
Lena is watching.
Marn, I think, is watching. Yeah.
Lena has actually been great. Lena is the horn player in Tine Thing. And I wrote to Lena to find out a little bit of background information. She's the newest member of the group,
she is,
but she's the only one I know.
She had like a crash start on like 10 days in China with us. That was her start. Well, so we really got to know each other.
You are a dream to interview because I have a picture of you in China, which, Stefan, you ready for this one? I have a picture of you from China. These girls spent 2 weeks in China on the road.
10 days,
10 days, and Lena says you're a very natural leader, but you really almost lost it checking in sometimes for inland Chinese flights. Also, after a long day of rehearsal, this is a very charming photo. But thank you, Lena, for sending us this.
Thank you, Lena. We'll chat about this now. Okay.
So I like that picture. That's also not something
I look like a crazy person. Well,
I think
I am a
great.
bit crazy. Yeah. Well, thank you.
We like to show our Horn Hangout people pictures that one can't see.
Well, China is. It's just very different to Norway.
I have a nice picture actually of all you girls, all the Tine Thing girls. Here's another one. So of all the girls here. Those are your girls, your Tine Thing girls.
That's my girls.
You played at the proms this summer?
We did. It was amazing. I had, I can't believe, 2 concerts at the proms this summer, which was like, a dream come true. And we did a chamber prom in the Kudabin Hall with the girls. It was just one of the greatest experiences. I actually got really emotional. I remember we like getting on stage because before we went in, I was like, I love you all so much. I'm so proud of you. You know, this is going to be so. And then we came on, and it was like such a warm, like everyone was so excited. And it was such a warm atmosphere. I almost got tears in my eyes, kind of thinking that we started this little ensemble as just for fun, you know, like 6 years ago, and suddenly we're like playing at the proms. It's like surreal.
For those of you that don't know, Tine Thing, there's masses of there's a great YouTube library for you girls. You couldn't get the prom thing on there. It's been taken off, unfortunately. But I happened to see it. I saw it in the archive, and I thought they said they were going to play Carmen. So I sat there and I thought, okay, the music started. And these girls start walking around the stage while they play. They don't only play, they play by memory, and you choreograph it as well. Yeah. And how on earth?
Well, it came about, we wanted to do things like this, do a bit of, playing from memory, and then we thought we'll move a bit around, do stuff like that. And then we had this, 2 years ago, we had this tour where we were on the bus, living on the bus, and played like 17 concerts or 18 concerts in 3 weeks, and had workshops and stuff. And this was more of like a show we put together with like video things, and we made like a story out of it. We told the story about how Tine Thing became Tine Thing, and we showed pictures, and we had video. We were dressed up in like uniforms. We did a lot of fun stuff, and that's where we did. We had an actor kind of help us choreograph stuff, and that's when we started to do a bit of.
What happens if one person forgets the steps? That there'll be a brass crash.
Yeah, well, actually, it's not actually a very strict. I mean, we're a bit flexible, so it's not like it hasn't happened yet. But once because in the middle of the habanera, Marn comes towards me. We do the melody together. We goes down like this. In one concert, I almost fell because I did a bit of a wrong, and I almost kind of.
That's when you go down back to back.
Yeah, we go like back to back, and then we kind of.
There's a nice picture of that on your Facebook, on the Tine Thing Facebook page of you two. Oh no, on the blog, on one of your blogs.
Yeah, the Instagram thing, I think, and stuff. Yeah. So, but it's. So it's I don't know. We just want to show that it's fun.
Yeah. Well,
to perform,
you certainly do that. I mean, it's great. I want to come and hear you guys live. So thank you to Lena for all the background information. She said to ask you about your knitting, which we've done. She said to talk about you being a natural leader, because she says after long days of rehearsal, you still manage to keep the energy up, and it comes. You always have the final say, no matter how much gossiping and laughing is going on. You manage that. She also said you had your first driving lesson the other day.
I did. Oh my god, the first time ever behind the wheel was last weekend.
Last weekend?
Yes. Oh,
okay.
And now actually this Monday was on Sunday my mom kind of just showed me how to start the car and just, and drive like 200 meters on the parking lot on
Never
Sunday.
learn how to drive with your parents, it's a disaster.
Well, actually my mom is a very good driver, and she was suddenly very patient with me then, so thank you. And then I had a driver lesson the day after. It was so much fun. Good. Oh my, I loved it. So I'm hoping that one day I'll get my driver's license and
cool.
I can borrow your Mini.
You can borrow my Mini. You saw it?
Yeah.
I love my Mini. We're going to be going on a little tour of Berlin in my Mini. So.
Yeah, but my dream when I was a kid was to have a Mini. So.
We are going to go back to the questions, because the problem is I could talk to you for hours, but we are planning on talking for hours because you're going to spend the weekend actually with me here in Berlin. So I'm really looking forward to try some duets and stuff like that.
Oh, it's going to be fun.
You've got to try out my Google Glasses as well. See how
I'm
that
looking
works
forward
out.
to that, yeah.
That's going to be cool. So let's get back to some more of the questions. My friend Midori from Japan is watching. Hi Midori.
Hi.
And she says she liked your blue nails.
Oh yeah. Today they are blue. I was thinking maybe it's a bit too, but then I thought they were fun.
You are cool, Tina. That is just, there's nothing else we can say. Mouthpiece, okay, we don't. Daniel says Nordic musicians have a very unique sound. Do you think the beautiful nature of Norway inspired you?
Oh, well, thank you for.
That's a very good question.
Well, actually, it is very beautiful. I mean, of course, I'm extremely biased, but the nature in Norway is really, really nice on the west coast and stuff. But I don't know, maybe. I've been asked about this a lot, and also there are a lot of trumpet players from Norway and Scandinavia. I mean, classical field, you have Håkan Hardenberg and then Ole Edvard Antonsen, and then we also have 3 of the greatest jazz trumpeters in the world, with Nils Petter Molvær, Arve Henriksen, and Mathias Eiken. And a lot of people are asking me about this kind of, and also then the trumpet sound and the Nordic sound. I don't know actually. I just have my sound, I would say. It's my voice and the way that I just it's me. It's my ID. It's who I am. Yeah. But maybe there is something. We do have kind of a bit of a similar area. I agree. So
well,
maybe
it's
something
school as
about
well, isn't it? I mean, you studied in
or I've heard that sound from when I was a kid.
You're still studying in Oslo.
Yeah, I'm still studying actually. But it's like I've heard that sound from when I was a kid. So
Wesley in Brazil says, we are connected, hope to receive your visit so you make a mega concert.
Oh, we'd love to come to Bristol.
That's nice. And Ingeborg is watching in Oslo, another Tine Thing.
Ingeborg, hi.
When's the next concert with Tine Thing?
It's actually not until February. So we had the last of this season actually at the Proms in August. And in February we go to Moscow, and March we come to Germany.
Maren is watching too. And
hi Maren.
And she's still she asked if you're still knitting. She's just finished Irun is watching too.
Maren, that's good. Irun is her daughter. Hi Irun. Hi.
And Maren has just finished the sweater. This is such a girly hangout. I love it. Blue fingernails, knitting. I love it.
Yeah.
And someone, Duzan Murisik, has just written girls, and look.
Oh, I like that face.
Thank you guys. Is it possible to play football and play the trumpet at the same time? Very funny.
I haven't tried.
No. Todd from Texas wants to know, Tina, have you ever played or considered playing another genre such as jazz? Well, you do.
I do play lots of different stuff. I mean, I have this kind of, I have this kind of philosophy for myself that music is music, no matter what it is. Yeah. I actually kind of hate that we all have to put everyone in like boxes. This is what you do, this is what you do, because all in all, music is universal language. It's maybe more like different styles are more like dialects or something. It's all, we can all communicate, we can do stuff. So if it's music that I like and like to play and would love to play, and also think that I do quite well, I don't want to do something that I think I don't do well, then I just do it.
But how did you grow up with this sort of music? I mean, I know you're a huge Spice Girls fan, but you don't play in a Spice Girls side. Maybe actually you tenting as a Spice Girls of the classical music world.
No, but I think, I don't come from a classical music home actually. I mean, we had everything at home, and I had, in my wind band, we played everything from, ABBA and Queen and Eric Clapton to marches and Mozart and big bands and, all kinds of music. So I didn't grew up in a strictly classical home, and what I love, so I have tenting, but I also have this quintet, TTHQ, or like Tine Thing Helseth Quintet, TTHQ for short, and there we just play whatever we want to play. So it can be in a concert with us, you can hear everything from Bach to Beach Boys to Piazzolla to some modern rock to some, we just do whatever we like.
Eric wants to know, he says hello from Kentucky, please make a duet album together.
Oh, that would be
there we go. That's a project for the
project.
And Simon from Yorkshire has written, good for Tina, he can't buzz either. So
good. We're two then.
There's a lot of stuff going out there. Actually, one of my favourite questions I've seen going on, Ed wants to know what your favourite karaoke song is.
Who wants to know this?
Ed.
Ed. Is it Ed?
Ed.
Is it you, Ed? Is it my manager? Hi, Ed, if it's you. No, I love. Well, I've done karaoke actually just once.
I didn't know this.
But I loved it, and I was totally like, this is something I want to do more.
If I had known this, we would have done, because in Japan there's obviously a lot of orchestra karaoke going on.
Of course.
Some of them were amazing.
What my favourite was. It was probably.
I Did It My Way.
We didn't do that one.
New York.
Yeah, we did more like I think we did some
Dancing Queen.
We did some ABBA, and then we did some more like everything from Spice Girls to Taylor Swift and the old Jolene, those kind of things. Yeah, I don't know.
So the Spice Girl fans, I mean, that would be also something to maybe do something. You like these collaborations?
Yeah.
Are there other people you would really desperately like to do a collaboration with?
Well, yeah, of course. I mean, I don't know. It's just. There are so many great musicians in every field that would be amazing to work with. Yeah.
That's a very tactful answer, which doesn't give me anything to go on.
Sorry. It's like a politician's answer.
You've obviously done your media training. Ed, have you been telling her how to answer questions very tactfully and non-specifically? Paxman. I know Paxman is. Paxman is my friend in Melbourne, and he's watching us. It's very late there. He wants to know when you're coming to play with the Melbourne Symphony Orchestra.
Oh, well.
I can really recommend it.
I would love to come to Melbourne. I think I do have some plans to Australia though in a couple of seasons ahead. Yeah. And
Lena's just written and says, please don't be mad about the photo. It just photo, Tina.
I'm
just shows your wonderful personality.
Oh, thank you. That was a nice compliment, so it's okay. No, I'm not mad. Not at all. Don't worry.
No, Lena, I did ask you before if that's allowed. And, yeah. If you had the chance to choose, which would you prefer, football or music? I think that's music, of course. Wagner, Felix, who are your references on the trumpet? I think he means who are your favourite trumpet players?
Well, I don't know. To be honest, when I grew up, I listened mostly to other players, and not trumpet players. Some more singers and pianists and violists and all. But of course, Maurice Andre and those kind of things.
Yeah, there's so many.
Wonderful. There's so many. Yeah, and what I really like though is that. It's good that, because we're not that many trumpet soloists around, there's not room for that many, but so I'm honoured to be part of a very exclusive little gang. What I really like though is that we all are very different, which is, the best thing, because then we show different aspects of our instrument, and also, talking about commissioning works and stuff. Then if a composer writes for me, it will be a different piece than if he writes for Håkan or Alison or Sergei Karakov or wherever, and that's what is great for then future trumpet generations and the repertoire. I mean, it's a privilege and just amazing to think about that. I, in a very small way, can contribute to how the kind of in which directions the trumpet repertoire goes.
Well, you started so early, age 26. I'm allowed to mention ages on. Not allowed to mention my age, but I can mention your age. But you've got a long time in front of you, and that's what I'm sure the trumpet world is really hoping, like what Håkon's done for the repertoire.
Yeah, it's great,
really
and it's wonderful. You know, I've already done a couple of commissions, and there's several coming up, and I love this aspect of it, to be able to work.
What about writing your own stuff? I just asked because Mike has asked if you've ever travelled to a place that inspired you to write a song. I don't know if you write yourself.
I have. Well, actually, I did a lot when I was a kid. We had a musical in school that I wrote all the music to. I wouldn't really, but pop songs. So I'm a bit of a pop person actually.
Who are your favourite bands? Go on, tell us.
Oh, my favourite bands.
Singers.
Well, right now I'm listening a lot to this. I don't know. Lordi, how do you say her name? I don't know. She's like young.
Lordi.
And there's a great
I missed that one.
Swedish singer called Linnea Henriksson, which is cool. And we have some great Norwegian stuff. And then there's just a lot of different.
Do you actually listen to music? I mean, I tend to not have any music on at all when I'm
I listen a lot to music actually.
Yeah. Okay.
Like yesterday when Lena was over for dinner, yesterday before, then I had like jazz, Pat Metheny and stuff in the back. I often have a lot of music in the background, but sometimes, well, right now I have this crazy era of like Brahms first. It's been
he's a real good pop star.
Yeah, no, sorry, but like Brahms, because normally it's a lot of not classical music that I'm listening to.
Yeah.
Then just sometimes I get completely hooked. So it's been Brahms 1 going for a week now in loop.
Great.
On my iPhone.
Great. Like to hear that. Lord is Australian, says astonishingly handsome gent.
She's great.
Yeah, Lord is Australian. Good. That's what he wanted to answer.
But I have written a song that was one.
You have?
On my Christmas album.
Oh, that's yours.
One of the songs, Angels Dance, I think, is called in English. It's a song I wrote.
Okay. So I had a question from me.
Yeah.
I have a question. Could you imagine playing in an orchestra, having been doing the day-to-day heavy orchestral repertoire stuff, sitting there playing your part, maybe not being as creative as you'd like to be with that, doing what the conductor says? Could you imagine doing that?
Well, a lot of people have asked me that, and they asked me also in the beginning of my career, because when I was...
Oh, I thought I was going to be. I thought I was being really original here.
Yeah, no, it is original, but like actually in an interview, no one has asked me before, so it's never. It's more like in conversations, because it has been. For instance, the principal trumpet of the Oslo Phil that position was available. I was only 18, so I was way too young anyway. But I mean, it has been going on in my teacher Arnulf Nilsen. He is the co-principal in the Oslo Phil, so. Yeah. You know, it's been there, but I just, to be honest, right now I can't see that right now.
What about teaching?
But teaching is great, and I love doing. I do a lot of master classes when I'm around, which I love. I absolutely love. But it's a huge responsibility to take on a student though, and I'm so much away, and all that. I just enjoy so much being able to be a soloist right now. So maybe at one point I will settle down and play in an orchestra and teach.
Have 10 children and be a normal person.
Be a normal person, yeah. I don't know how that is.
Oh, Norwegian girls have a lot of kids very early, I've noticed.
Well, actually, tenting now.
Tenting is full of babies.
They're like popping up babies all the time. We have baby number 8 on the way now in the ensemble.
Not bad. They certainly, and they're all young. I mean, they're not the babies, the girls.
Lena is the youngest, and she's 3 years younger than me.
Go on then, Lena, get a move on.
And then, so we're all in 10 years in between the eldest and the youngest.
Okay, gosh, good. Jonathan Lasman asked about your opinion about teaching. Does your success, he says incredible success, inspire you to pass on the knowledge and experience? You've done quite a lot of masterclasses.
I love masterclasses. I love that kind of little...
Still one in Cardiff, didn't you?
I did just now, yeah. Oh, they were so nice. If any of you are watching, I really enjoyed
And Sabina heard your masterclass at St. Olaf in Minnesota.
Oh, great. Yeah, that was also a very nice masterclass, I remember. I just like to kind of show... give a bit of a vitamin shot or something, say something and see what can happen in a very short amount of time, and just actually kind of share a little bit of my philosophy, but also just get them excited, because sometimes when you study and then playing a masterclass, some of them they might be nervous and I just want them to kind of.
It's hard, isn't it? When they come, they stand there and they're so shaky.
And I want to kind of just, this is fun, we're just doing this, we're just trying to really read the personalities and get their interpretations into the piece. I remember this amazing masterclass I saw with Barenboim teaching Lang Lang about Beethoven. I know. I mean, Lang Lang is incredible. So, but it was so much. It was amazing to see the way that Barenboim worked. Of course, I mean Lang Lang, knows it all. He's a great musician. Yeah. But then just how he could okay, I have a suggestion because I can sense that you want to do it this way, so why don't you do this instead? It might work better to get your interpretation across. Yeah,
clever.
It's very clever, and that's what I like about finding. I don't want to say that the way I play Haydn is how it's supposed to be played, because that's not right. That's my version. Yeah. But we need to hear all the other versions. We need to hear, their version, and then just to kind of No, masterclass is a lot of fun. So I'm really enjoying doing that.
I'm going to come up with just a few more questions because we could go on for hours, and I will give you my iPad as soon as this is finished that you can maybe answer a few that I haven't managed to get to, but we've done quite well. I feel like I've lost out here because I have a whole list of questions I've been thinking up on the whole last week in Japan. I'm not getting to any of them, but the online audience are asking you their questions, which is great. Wesley says it's his birthday today.
Oh,
hi Wesley.
Happy birthday.
There you go. Liam says he wants some signed merchandise. It's his birthday this week, so can you get that through your website?
I think it's possible to, or send an email to my management, the contact page.
Ed in London who wants to know about karaoke, right. Okay. Becky Houston says she's in a brass ensemble. She wants to know what advice you have for getting to the next step. They'd love to make a CD and play at the proms one day.
Oh, wow. Well, just, playing in an ensemble is one of the most amazing things. Just playing, chamber music is what I like to believe that I do chamber music, even though if I play with a big orchestra or whatever, because you're playing with the musicians there, but playing in a group is one of the most amazing things. I'm sure you agree with me there. Yeah. It's a magical thing. It's just working. What we've worked on in tenting is just really to find our sound, really work on that sound and do different things. We always warm up together before we practice.
All the same.
Yeah, we do some scales and stuff, and we walk around. We play rhythms. We stand with our back.
Did you devise?
Yeah, I kind of developed it. I don't know. It kind of works.
Can you make a video sometime of you guys doing this?
Yeah, of course. We would love to. We can do that.
That would be really great because I think a lot of people would love some sort of group. Sure. There's a lot of individual advice out there, but for actual groups, that would be really interesting.
We've done some workshops and stuff with this, and just show how we do things, and we just really focus on this. It's great players individually, but then just to find our sound together, how all our sounds can blend and make a tenting voice.
Well, last question. It's really important to take a break, isn't it? Stefan, I have a photo for you. You had to take a break. You were actually forced to take a break. You weren't feeling so great, were you?
I weren't feeling too great, no.
But you went here.
Yeah.
And you felt great.
I felt much better after that. Oh no, that's I get a bit So I wished I was just lying on a beach for 5 days doing nothing, just laying on the beach.
Nice nail polish.
You're that's
really
my toes.
A nail polish girl. I'm impressed.
I wasn't when I suddenly started a couple of years ago, and this is fun.
But you hadn't taken a break for a long time, so it was really important to you to have that
definitely.
time.
Yeah, definitely. No, it's important. You can go on for such a long time, and then your body just tells you that you shouldn't do this much longer. Yeah. So
even at your age,
mine
tells me all the time.
Yeah, but it's important, no matter in what field you are, to just not go. I did several years without a real holiday, so that's not a good thing. So I know that now.
So that would be your advice to your fans and the fellow students.
Holiday is
fellow students.
My fellow students, all my fellow students. Holiday. That's one of the best things that you can do.
And
also for your
phone.
playing.
Yeah.
I turned off my phone. I was out of.
How come I got that photo? We were planning the date of the hangout.
I was a bit on my phone, but I was I was not on the social media thing, not my career things. Yeah. Okay. No, but I was talking to my friends, and it was Wi-Fi on the beach.
Isn't that weird? You go somewhere on holiday and there's free Wi-Fi on the beach.
Yeah, what is that?
I like those places. Anyway, Tina, thank you so much. Really.
Thank you.
I'm going to give you my iPad as soon as we go offline, and maybe you can answer a few of the questions that I didn't get to answer. There's some questions about Nozel Brass, suggesting you tenting should play with them.
Oh, I love Nozel. Oh my God, those guys.
They are.
I love them. But I want to say something because I'm in Germany now. So if any of you guys wants to come to my concerts,
tell us where they are.
Yeah, so I'm playing in Stuttgart with the SVR next week. And
there was already a comment on Facebook that you're coming to play. I think it was Sally Clark, a friend of mine. She was saying, "Oh, you're going to be in with the orchestra."
Oh,
next
that's
week.
great! Yeah,
so,
I'm really excited about that. I'm playing Haydn, and then I'm doing a small tour with the Trondheim Soloists. We're playing in Essen, Frankfurt, and Basel. My first time in Frankfurt Alto Oper, which I'm really excited about. So looking forward to that. So I hope to see you there if you're around.
You can keep up with Tine really Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, your website. You're incredible. I brought you a little present from Japan.
Oh wow! Thank you.
Just to say thank you for being on the Hangout. It's almost Christmas. You can open it.
I'll open it.
In Japan, it's already Christmas. You would not believe.
It's Christmas already.
Yeah, well,
it's Christmas in Norway.
All over the place.
Yeah.
So this is just something I saw in Japan and thought maybe you'd like to. Something really not kitsch at all.
I love presents.
But thank you for being on the Hangout. They don't really go with your fingernails.
Look at that! Wow, I shall wear them on my Christmas concerts.
Oh,
I can do that.
Look
at those. How can you?
There you go.
Do you see that?
Are they pretty?
Look at those.
Damn, I should have bought another pair for me.
Look really at those. They were so nice. Thank you so much.
Thank you for being with us today.
Thank you.
And thank you to all the audience, all our Hangout. Thank you for all your wonderful, wonderful questions. We'll be online for a little while still once the cameras are off, and we'll answer as many as we can. Join us on Monday for Marie-Louise Neunecker, who is an absolute legend in the horn playing world, amazing lady and musician. So join us then, same time, 2 p.m. Berlin time. Thank you to our team here, Stefan, Claudio, and Jakob, who's been doing all the video mixing. Yay, boys! Thank you to astonishingly handsome Tim in Melbourne for staying up really late. It's a great name, isn't it? And Tine, thank you so much.
Thank you
we
for
will
having
see
me.
you guys very soon. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.